Perimenopause and menopausal habits change with seasons. I've experienced this myself because I grew up in a tropical weather, nice and warm, and the winters were not as harsh as the winters in other countries. So basically, um, as a menopausal woman, I struggle because where I live, it's cold. We have a proper winter with snow and everything, or quite miserable weather. So basically, it affects me when when I was going through perimenopause and my menopausal journey. It was so difficult for me to adjust based on the weather. It was very difficult because in the winter it gets dark very early, like 3:30, 4 p.m. is dark. By 5 it's pitch black. And the days are shorter in winter and the nights are longer, but the nights are very cold. So many women suffer during different seasons. Each each woman is unique. It depends where you grew up or how your body takes the different weathers. And for me, it's actually winter that I don't like at all. Summer is beautiful. I can tell you great things about summer season. That's my favorite season. Spring is okay. It's still a bit chilly, but I don't mind spring because that's when the daffodils starts blooming and the other different color um, flowers start coming up, and you start to see the life of the vegetation, especially when you're like me that goes for walks quite regularly in the parks, or in the woods sometimes. I love the bluebells when it's spring because they literally cover the woods and it's all purple and beautiful, and that helps so much, especially women going through the midlife journey, perimenopause, menopause, or postmenopause. When you see flowers blooming, you feel amazing. Your mood changes. It puts a smile on your face. Although you're still wearing the autumn jackets, you can't really walk around with t-shirts, but still the weather is great, is better than the winter season. So seasons are very different in menopausal women's lifestyles, especially the cold weather, I believe. I've not met anyone that says, I love cold weather. It's fantastic. It's okay, probably at Christmas or certain events or when you go skiing and things. But cold weather has something that makes it not favorable for many women, especially when they're going through perimenopause or menopause, because it means you have to try and cope with the cold. If you go out, the risk of falling, because when going through midlife, the energy is low, the fatigue is non-stop. So you're not really yourself because the hormones are playing up. and you have a lot on your mind, such that when you go out, uh, rather than thinking and worrying about the hormones that you're trying to manage and the symptoms, you start thinking of being careful on the roads, being careful not on the main roads where the traffic is running, but on the side roads where it's wet and it could be snowing, it could be raining heavily, and sometimes hailstones, like what I saw this year in my country. It's like crazy, like hailstones, so big up stones that you think, wow. And I'm diverting now, but just to tell you a story, I was coming from the gym, and when I left home, it wasn't raining, and on my way back, all of a sudden I saw a cloud, and then all these hailstones started battering me, falling on the floor, and then with a bit of rain, and I'm just thinking, oh no, what the heck is going on? I hate this weather, So as a menopausal woman, you don't want to be worrying about the weather to that level. Hence, the seasons are so important, because in certain seasons, menopausal women flourish. They love it. They're still going through the symptoms and trying to manage their symptoms, but they they feel happier. They feel happier because the sun is shining, especially in summer. The sun is shining. When they go for walks, the birds are singing, and they're seeing the squirrels running around. They're seeing the ducks swimming in the lakes, and they're seeing flowers around. So summer is the most popular season for women going through perimenopause and menopause. And this is based on my own experience and also my clients' experience, because I speak to quite a lot of people and they tell me they love summer. Oh, winter is horrible. Winter is horrible. They don't like it because it's cold and gloomy and gray and wet. Sometimes it rains like throughout the day, and you just think, oh no, how do I cope with weather and also the symptoms and the mood swings and everything else, the hot flashes and everything? Yeah. So autumn is another season whereby it's not really favorable, because although the trees leaves are going orange, and when you look at them and you take a picture, you think, wow, this is beautiful. However, it's all dull and damp as well, because for those brown leaves to fall off the tree, there's wind. The wind comes and then shakes the trees, and the leaves fall, and it's all muddy, and the grass is not even beautiful. It's like not a great look when you go to the park for a walk, or when you walk around in the woods. It's not a great sight at all in autumn, because it's just like, you just feel like, oh dear, where can I go on a holiday? Where can I go on holiday? Because it's too miserable. It's too grey. I live in the UK, so the UK weather is always the most topic that people talk about. When you see someone, whether it's winter, spring, autumn, summer, or even neighbors, when we come out of our houses and see neighbors, the first talk is, oh, how miserable is it today? Oh, how beautiful is it? Oh, it's lovely and sunny today. How wonderful. And the joke is always, hope it will last. Yeah. So it's such an amazing feeling when the weather is nice. But also when it's not nice, people talk about it. It's the most talked subject about the weather. So autumn, not that great. Wet, windy, damp. Winter, snow, cold, freezing cold, miserable, the risk of falling when you're out and about, and also the vegetation. A lot of it just dies down, especially in the gardens. I like gardening a lot. I have a big garden and I grow vegetables in my garden. And also there's flowers and lawn. But in winter, you open the window and you look and you think, how miserable. It's not nice because most of the flowers, apart from probably the roses, they don't bloom in winter, but you can see the leaves, and the shrubs are always green and other orangey colors that are nice. But it's just not a good sight. It's a sight whereby you just look and observe and think, oh no, this is not great. So that's winter. That is my worst season, by the way. Winter is my worst season. Spring is my okayish season because I'm expecting summer to come, and also the flowers blooming. The like I mentioned before, the bluebells in the woods, and also the daffodils. The yellow daffodils are beautiful. They are my amazing, lovely flowers. I just love them. You know, so it's different. And then we got the autumn that I spoke to. So I've covered summer, I've covered autumn, I've covered winter, and also spring. I've covered that as well. So, ladies, just a question. How do you cope when you don't like the season that's coming up? Or the season that you are, like actual seasons of autumn, winter, spring, and summer. How do you cope? There's a few things that you can do. When it's spring, you know, simple seasonal tips that I can give you is that when it's spring, you can support your detox naturally with leafy greens and lighter meals. You can manage allergies, which can worsen fatigue and brain fog as well. You can start gentle exercises, like I was saying, that you can actually go to the woods and have a walk. If there's no woods near you, find a park, or you can walk along the roads, not on the road, along the streets, on the side roads. You can walk around and just enjoy the beauty of nature, really. And movement is so good for you because when you move, the mood swings tend to bow down and circulation becomes good. So you start feeling good. Your hormonal balancing becomes better than if you're just staying in the house and you're fatigued, you're hot flushed, and you got all these symptoms, and you're just indoors, and the four walls will just make everything not good at all. So that's the tip for the spring. And for summer, because it's so hot, my tip is that stay hydrated. Drinking water, ladies, is so good for you anytime, but especially when you're a menopausal woman, when you're going through perimenopause, when you're in menopause and postmenopause. Drinking water is as good as gold. It's incredible. It's so good for you. It's good for your skin. It's good for your hair. It's good for your digestive system. It's good for everything. For it just nourishes your body from the inside out when you drink enough water. So I would encourage you, ladies, that summer periods, hydrate yourself without any compromise. Hydration is number one. Herbal teas, have herbal teas to ease the hot flashes. Like you can take, there are some teas you can drink during summer, which are cold teas, uh, which are herbal but cold. They are not hot. Or if you prefer hot, you can have hot tea, because some people like hot teas even throughout summer. I don't like hot teas throughout summer. Unless in the evening, it's okay, because the temperatures go down a bit. So it's fine. I can have hot tea when it's summer in the evening, or, at night, as long as it's a herbal tea. But there's quite a range of teas that you can have cold, basically, and they're so good for you. They are natural, and there is some of your menopausal symptoms. Also, prioritize rest. As I always say, rest is very important for menopausal women. Rest and rest and rest. Whatever season it is, not only summer, make sure you rest. In autumn, boost your immune system. Immunity is so crucial to this journey. Make sure you're taking supplements that helps you maintain your immune system or boost your immune system, so that you feel much better, because certain seasons come with colds and flus and coughs, especially when it's like autumn and then winter. There's a lot of health things that are floating around, whereby you don't want to catch that. So boost your immune system with nutrient rich foods, also with soups and root vegetables and other vegetables and fruits as well, which are good, very good for you. Maintain steady routines. Routines are so important. I know that if you have children, you know that you have to make sure you establish a routine with the babies or with the toddlers and the children, But when you're in menopause, ladies, routine is so crucial, because if you don't prioritize your routine, you're gonna end up just doing things different times, and you're exhausted. By the time you go to bed, you're just so tired and exhausted that you don't feel normal, or you don't feel yourself anymore. Focus on warmth in winter, especially. Eat hormone-friendly foods like whole grains and stews, things like lentils. You could have like things like beans and there's so many whole grains foods that you can actually have during the winter season or any other season. Prioritize sleep is the another most crucial thing to do. Sleep well. Sleep is as good as gold. Is like non-negotiable. Sleeping on time, sleeping enough hours, not only like like sleeping, 4 or 5 hours is not good. Try and do 7, 8 hours if you can. 6, okay, it's okay if you're struggling, but 7 to 8 hours sleep will be brilliant. It will help you focus. It will help your mindset. You think, it will help you think or start to think clearly, because the brain fog is also very common when you're doing this journey. But if you sleep well, then it helps with things like brain fog and feeling tired, the fatigue and everything else. So ladies, it's important to care for yourself and to know what seasons you are going through, or the seasons, how you manage your seasons is very crucial to this journey, because every season is different. It comes with different challenges. You might have to adjust just to cope, or you might just enjoy it. There's a time as well, like in the UK, like 2 weeks ago or so, we had this season whereby we had really hot weather. It was so hot, like a heat wave. Temperatures were like 34, 35 degrees in the United Kingdom. Can you imagine? In London, especially where I live, we had such a heat wave for about a week and a half or so. It was tough to cope, It was so hard to cope. It was like, wow, how am I going to cope with this? So, what I started doing is like putting water in bottles, right? Have water, filtered water in bottles, put them in the freezer, like the big chest freezer, and then take each bottle at a time. When I'm going to the gym, I would just grab a bottle of frozen water. By the time I walk to the gym for half an hour, it's melting a bit, and the ice is now, there's this big chunk in the middle of ice, whereby when I get to the gym, I was drinking on my way, but when I got to the gym, I would start drinking it. It was so refreshing, to have that cold, really nice cold water because of the heat wave. So sometimes summer brings heat waves as well. And other countries across the world, some summers are really high temperatures, 40 something degrees. Sometimes I go on holiday and then the temperature is like 41 degrees, and I'm thinking, oh gosh, how do I cope? You have to stay near the pool all the time. But certain times in the morning, weather is nice. In the evening, it's beautiful. But midday is like crazy temperatures. So that happens sometimes. But knowing how to manage that, that season of hot weather is very important, because you don't want to end up dehydrated if you don't drink enough water. You don't want to end up fainting because you're tired already, you're fatigued already with the symptoms that you're going through. You don't want to end up, getting injured or something, because the weather is the extreme of all weathers. Whether it's the extreme of the cold or the extreme of the heat, you don't want to find yourself in that position. So hydrate yourself. Find ways of coping in different seasons, and make sure you follow that, and also look after yourself. Be mindful that you're no longer in your 30s or 20s. Your midlife is completely different. So be gentle and be mindful and caring so that you can begin to thrive. Seasons are linked to your lifestyle, ladies, as a menopausal women, and the lifestyle habits change. So make sure you do what's necessary to have or enjoy any season that you're experiencing. This is fantastic, ladies. This is amazing. And keep going. You are not alone. And you're special.